everyone, it's about time we did a first impression. You guys know I've been meaning to do the Bobbi Brown Intensive Skin Serum Foundation for a while. Let me know if you still want to see that. I can totally do that. I just have quite a lot of breakouts today and I feel like this one sounds low-key light, like light coverage, lightweight pigment. So I feel like this will be for like a alright skin day. I have a lot to cover right now, so I thought I would try out the other Dior foundation. If you missed it, I did review the matte version in a full face first impression recently. I will link it below and I've been loving it. This is it here. It's just the Dior Forever, so if you want to see that one, go check it out. I've also been obsessed with the Dior concealer. I've got it underneath my eyebrows right now, the tiniest amount. It actually covers pretty good, but you can see I've just got a tiny amount on right now. We will use this throughout this video as well, but this here is the same kind of thing as this foundation, except I believe more glowy. Today it's so windy outside, it's like crazy windy, so I'm sorry if you can hear it. This is in the shade 2N. It's called the Forever Skin Glow 24-hour wear radiant perfection skin caring foundation. It also has SPF 25 in it. Lasting hydration, you get 30 ml. Dior takes long lasting perfection and radiance to the next level. Forever 24 hours of seduction with sensational skin caring hydration at heart. Oh my god, I don't know why I'm struggling to read this right now. Long wear obsession, a perfect complexion for 24 hours non-stop with flawless coverage. The complexion is even and radiant, its texture is as if tightened, and the skin appears plump. From morning to night, the perfect water-oil balance delivers a naturally vibrant, shine-free glow. Skin true perfection, beautifying pigments adjust to skin's tone for essentially enhanced complexion with an imperceptible makeup look and feel. This voluptuous formula, which includes weightless concentrated moisturizing agents, prevents drying and improves complexion quality day after day. So it sounds amazing. My skin is a little bit dry today. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the change in the weather. It's been super rainy and crappy lately. And I've got so much scarring right now, like all these weird like congestion bumps, and I've just been super anxious and picky at my skin. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I've not been good to my skin and I've not been drinking enough water, and I'm really working on it. We've got a lot to cover. I'm going to do my classic half face with primer, half face without primer, and we'll see if there's much difference with the application. I mean, here's the before of my skin. I don't use any filter on my videos, so you can see every little imperfection, my pores, just like everything. I have high hopes for this. Obviously Dior is not a cheap brand. I will link it down below, but we're gonna see if it's worth the money, because honestly I really enjoy this one. So I'll kind of let you guys know how I think it compares to this one as we go a little bit as well, because straight off the bat, like, I'm not a matte foundation girl and I still really loved the finish of this. Once again, the video is linked below, but perhaps if you don't have dry skin, or like you don't really want like super glowy skin, then straight away I definitely recommend that one. I'll also link this one down below. And if you are like me and love a glow to your skin, or if you've got drier skin, then let's see how this one goes for us. So first we're going to prime half of our face. I think today I'm going to go back to one of my current favorites. I'm thinking of doing a full face of like some of my current favorites, by the way. Let me know if you guys are interested in that, rather than just doing like a favorites video. But this is the Cloud Complexion by Revolution, and I'm going to apply that on this side of my face, which does tend to have worse pores. So we'll see if we can like make this side match this side, which is like usually pretty smooth. Oh, it feels so refreshing and soft and moisturized. This side feels quite dry, so it'll be interesting to see how we go. I'm gonna just be using my sponge today. This is my Flawless Finish sponge by xoBeauty. Nice and clean. I just gave it a good scrub, and here is the foundation. So one more time to compare it to the other one that I've already used. You can see this one just has Skin Glow written on it, but other than that it's very similar. I love the packaging. It's just classic and beautiful. So we're gonna start on the prime side. I'm just gonna attempt to take one full pump, but usually you have to warm these things up. Okay, that's kind of like half. Let me do a full pump. That one there, all those bits together are a full pump, so that's like 1.5 pumps right there. I'm gonna take my sponge. By the way, did I say my color? 2N. I feel like straight off the bat the coverage is a little bit like less with this one compared to the matte. I'm gonna go in with another pump. We're using quite a lot of product right now. I'm gonna spread that everywhere. We'll just let it settle on the skin and we'll just see how it goes like while we apply the other side, because I still feel like I'd like to build this up some more. The finish is real pretty. It's definitely very glowy compared to the other one. I don't know if that's even like too glowy. I just want to apply some on my hand for you so we can compare the two different finishes. So this is the matte one. That's half a pump just there. I'm just going to spread it out and let that kind of dry down. And then this is the other one, the Skin Glow that I've just applied. And we'll let that dry down a little bit as well. See, straight away I feel like you can see the Skin Glow one definitely looks streakier. Just smoothed it out with my finger a little bit. Taking the Skin Glow on the side now. I'm just gonna do, well, I might as well do 1.5 pumps. Oh, my throat kind of hurts. This morning Hamish sprayed his deodorant and I like walked into it and like inhaled it and I swear it's like stuck in my throat. It's the worst. Only kind of thing that would happen to me, I swear. Alright, so this is usually the nicest side of my face. For some reason, I don't know why, I usually use less product on this side and I feel like it just looks nicer most of the time. But we do have like an even amount of redness and breakouts at the moment, so that's quite good for the purpose of this video. But yeah, without a primer it almost applies better, I feel like. Maybe because it's just so glowy and hydrating, maybe you just don't need that extra step. It really kind of feels like it's almost one of those like primer, moisturizer infused kind of products where it just goes on like a moisturizer nearly, except obviously it's a foundation. And the finish on this side I actually prefer. It's less glowy, but it's like the perfect amount of glow, where it just looks like radiant. This side I feel like it looks, I swear to God, this side I just feel like went on sheer with the primer underneath. Even though, like I said, this side always seems to look better. I mean, that difference is quite big to me. I feel like this side, the coverage is so much better. So who knows? Like, honestly, I just feel like it feels fine without a primer. If we have a look at our hands, you can see the matte side dries down to like a very natural matte finish. It's not too like over the top matte still, do you know what I mean? And that's what I liked about it in my other video. Whereas at this one, it looks super glowy. It doesn't set the same, like it still looks very glowy, which is obviously what you're going for if you're purchasing this formula. It does look very pretty still, like real pretty if you see how it hits the light. So there is the difference between the two formulas. I feel like it's quite easy to see the difference. I'm actually going to go back in with a little bit more product on this side. Let's just try building it up a little bit. I just feel like I want more coverage, to be honest. In the future, honestly, yeah, I just don't think I'd even bother with a primer because I think it looks great without, and I feel like you need less product without because it doesn't go on so sheer. This is the kind of foundation I feel like would look beautiful on more mature skin as well if you've got quite dull skin, because it just really brightens up the complexion. My only gripe with it right now is, yeah, just the fact that I've used quite a lot. So I'll definitely have to try it again with no primer, like just all over, just to check that's what it is. I honestly think that's what it is. This is the kind of texture I think you could definitely use a brush with it too, because it is like not too runny. It's a nice in between regular kind of consistency. It's not too thick, not too thin. So I think if you were the kind of person that enjoyed using your fingers or a brush, like it would work. It's not streaky or anything like that, like when you're actually blending it in. Over the breakouts, it's just not really covering them. I think it definitely helps to even out redness overall, but these breakouts here just are not having it. Even on the side, like you can still see the breakout redness quite a lot, but like my cheek redness definitely looks nice. It looks super natural, like it doesn't look heavy at all, even though I've just put on quite a bit of product. The coverage is really nice, but yeah, it doesn't feel heavy or look heavy. It feels lightweight and fresh, which I think is perfect, especially for something that has SPF in it for day to day. Obviously, you're probably gonna wear this during the daytime. I think it's a really nice feeling for an everyday foundation. It doesn't feel gross on the skin. One more time, let's have a look at my hand. So this is well and truly set now. It's obviously the kind of foundation, like for me, I would set it with powder, whether you want to use a translucent or a pressed powder or whatever you want to do. Like it doesn't completely self-set, budge proof, but you can see, you know, that's how it looks once it's set. Glowy and much more satin kind of matte. This one, like the thing I love about the matte one, the regular Forever, is it doesn't look like cakey and super dull. Do you know what I mean? Like even though it's quite matte, it's got that satin kind of matte finish where it looks quite natural still. So that's why I really like it. Because I'm not a matte girl, but for some reason, I'm a huge fan of that. You can see the color does definitely dry down a little bit darker as well. I'm going to take some of the concealer now and conceal first under my eyes. I was just looking under my eyes before. I was taking some like close-up photos of my before skin and I'm like, holy crap, I've actually got proper fine lines under my eyes now. I just noticed today. So I'm a little bit sad. I like the concealer quite a lot. How do I compare it to my Hourglass one? That's kind of like my current favorite, especially for a luxury price range. I still feel like I prefer the Hourglass one a little bit, and I don't know why, I just do. Check out the reviews on both. If you're looking for a new concealer and you want to like buy something quite fancy for yourself, treat yourself, check out the reviews on both and just see what other people think too. Because for me, like I don't even know why, but I still, yeah, I love the Hourglass one. It can sink into your fine lines a little bit if you don't set it properly though. but I still love it. So that was the shade 1N under my eyes, and I'm taking 2N and I'm putting that over where I have all of these kind of breakouts. Applied some to my sponge. I'm just going to dab that on wherever I need the coverage. These breakouts are so pigmented right now. I need to get onto my rosehip oil to help heal those. I mean, it definitely helped, didn't it? But it's still not like ideal. I'm just gonna put a little bit around my nose as well. Got this like red mark just here. Even my freckles, I feel like the foundation covered most of my freckles, just not the super dark ones. So overall, compared to the matte one, I think if you are the kind of person with dry skin, or you just genuinely love like super glowing, super glowing skin, then you'll like this one. However, if you don't mind a super matte finish or kind of matte finish, or like you just have oilier skin or anything, the other one is fantastic. I think this one's just for people that do have that drier skin complexion. So my skin looks perfect, like not perfect, but you know, like perfectly adequate. Like it looks like skin, but it looks very smooth, and you know, compared to what I started with, I love it. I love the way it looks, so I'm really happy. Up close, my pores look very similar on both sides, so you know, whether it's the primer or not, like it just looks nice on top of my pores. So all those little tiny under the skin bumps and lumps I have, I feel like this one's a little bit more forgiving over those areas. I feel like it's a little bit more forgiving over fine lines. Does it look like skin? Yep. It feels lightweight. I think it looks good. So far I'm pretty happy. I'm just going to set it and then we'll come back and do a quick flash test. It does have SPF in it, so it's probably obviously gonna have a bit of flashback, but I'll do it anyway just so you can see how it looks. You can decide for yourself what you think of it, the flash photography. I'll pop them up on the screen now for you. Definitely look a bit washed out. I think it looks pretty good still, to be honest. Oh my goodness, the freaking wind. Can it not? It's like rattling my whole house. Like what the heck? Okay, anyways, so I used my Cover FX pressed powder, which is very similar to MAC Studio Fix, which is what I usually use, and as you can imagine, it did mattify a little bit, but my skin looks super glowy still, to be honest. Like look at that, like it still looks so fresh and healthy. Or follow up with a setting spray, which I'm not going to do today because I just want to see how it wears without one. But you know, I know for a fact if I chucked this on right now, like my skin would be glowy. I can't unsee my under eye circles. I feel like I need a really good eye cream right now. But apart from that, yeah, it looks beautiful. My skin looks really nice and smooth. It feels nice. It doesn't feel dry. Even on the like side where I said was so dry this morning and it just felt dehydrated, it feels fine now. Like it feels like I've just put on moisturizer. So I definitely think it's super hydrating, which I like. Definitely like this side more without the primer. Didn't think that would happen considering like the primer on this side is like one of my current favorites and I love it with so many foundations. So I do like that about this product because I mean it's a pricey brand. Like if you don't have to buy a primer to go with it, like bonus. I'm just gonna put up a little side by side for you as well that I took of just how my skin looks before and after, foundation and no foundation, just so you can see the finish of my skin and just see how it kind of concealed over my breakouts and everything. Remember I did use some extra concealer today. It's 10:30, so I will see you guys throughout the day. My battery's about to die, but I just had to come on quickly. It's only been like 40 minutes. How the powdering, the foundation, everything has kind of settled now that I've finished my routine, and the glow is so stunning. I'll pop up a couple of pictures so you can kind of see what I mean. Like it just looks so beautiful. This is in the dark as well. If I zoom you back out so you can kind of see like, you know, the actual color tone, like it just looks so glowy and like fresh. It's really pretty. Still can't tell if I like this one or the matte one better now. I feel like the matte one applies a little bit better. The finish of this one is so stunning and just so healthy looking. So anyways, so far so good. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hello lovelies. Oh, it's so bright outside. I'm squinting a little bit. It is 2:30, so 4 hours in. Here's how the skin's looking. Let me zoom you in a bit just so you can see a little bit better. Honestly, not too much has changed at all. There's ever so slightly the smallest amount, can you see right there in my expression line. It's not too bad at all. Like that's honestly nothing. And here's how it looks on my congestion, on my textured skin and everything. Like even though you can see it, like it still looks relatively smooth and flawless. I feel like it may have grabbed on a little bit more by now just to the congestion. I feel like the only thing I can really notice is I feel like it's melting around the nostrils a little bit on both sides, not just the primed side. Other than that though, like it still looks really buttery smooth, like on my cheekbones and everything, under my eyes through where I've got like bigger pores through here. It looks really smooth as well. So far honestly so good. I'm gonna keep an eye on this kind of area here. Like I just feel like perhaps, I don't know, the nose area might start getting a little bit oily. Oh, look at that sun. Before it was like windy as, now it's sunny as. Looks like it's about to rain. I'm so confused. I am in my comfy outfit right now because it is so cold. I've like got my big huge boohoo cozy bomber jacket thing. I feel like my skin almost looks the exact same as the last update. I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit oily in my like T-zone. I just noticed a little bit of mascara fallout, so I'm just gonna flick that off my cheek. But like it hasn't seemed to have melted more around my nose. It kind of just looks the same, right? I've kind of worn off a little bit here because I've been wearing my headphones to edit. They're like over the ear, so it's like worn off right there. But other than that, I don't think anything's really changed. I still think it looks really stunning. By the way, I'll put a full list of the makeup I've got on right now down below. I mean, it looks stunning. I don't really have any complaints. Did I say it's 5:30? So I mean, that's a really good amount of time so far. That's like, you know, no touch-ups at all. Like, I haven't done anything other than flick off my fallout, so looks pretty good. Hello, it's the end of the night, 10:30. I'm tired as all heck. I've already caved and taken off my eyelashes, but I just wanted to show you how it looks after a full 12 hours. This area right here is faded, but I have already like flossed and brushed my teeth and eaten and all of that, so to be honest, like it was probably me like wiping it off. So obviously if you're a hard out face toucher, it's gonna fade off if you're touching it. It does definitely look a bit shiny like over my T-zone, mostly just my nose and forehead, and around the nostrils. But yeah, I think it's faded a little bit down here. I think it's grabbed onto some dry skin around here by the end of the day. To be honest, like it's actually not that bad, and what I mean by that is if you were to go from like school, office to a night out or whatever, you just had your compact powder with you, maybe a bit of concealer to just touch up, you know, any other areas. But I've just taken like one dab and I'm just going to pat that. Like, look at that, it looks brand new again. Even over the expression line, like it hasn't sunken anymore. It actually did pretty well. So I'm just tapping whatever's left over my nose, nostrils. Like, look at that. I just like add, look, you can kind of see where I've been resting on my hand, like at my desk, because it's worn off just here too. Other than the places that wore off, like it's not bad. Once again, that's where my headphones were. I definitely will use both of these in an upcoming not first impressions, like makeup tutorial, and just see once again which one I think I prefer. But I feel like you can't like go wrong with either of them. I feel like I might like the matte one a little bit more, just because like as soon as you set the matte one with your dewy finishing spray and put on highlighter and everything, like you look radiant AF anyway, and it's not like a crusty yuck matte. Like it's such a nice satin matte, whereas yeah, this one perfect for if you had like drier skin or more mature skin, I would say. So yeah, that is my little review. Let me know if you enjoyed it, and let me know if you're still keen to see the Bobbi Brown one. I'll link this product down below if you do want to try it for yourself. Talk to you soon. Bye.